do, folks? How you doing? Just a quick one again. Well, what can we talk about today? You know I'm going to say it. Fucking idiots. They've only got to consented to another round of fuckery. Well, this is what I like about this fuckery. That's what I like about it, because I don't fucking consent, and I'm not going to apologise for it. I don't really get why anybody is doing anymore, but we've said all that, haven't we? I'm probably going to be wrong if I start quoting anything particular about this lockdown, because as usual I know fuck all about it. I know it's happening. The missus says something about 6 weeks total lockdown. Are you going to do it? You can see what I'm doing. As usual, I never have, never will. Do not consent, whatever. It's just bizarre to me that anybody is doing. So, I've had a couple of days away. I'd like to say well rested, but you don't go away for a rest, do you really? So mind relaxed, I would say. My mind is more relaxed. I've had a bit of a break with the wife. And I would like to thank everybody who did leave me alone to do that. Not everybody did as usual, but I do appreciate those that did. I'm back and I'm sort of like coming into things slowly. I've got lots to catch up on. So, what we're going to tell you, what we're going to talk about. I don't think there's really much to say about this lockdown because it's all a load of bollocks. I don't partake in the theatre, so I don't really know much about it, so I can't really tell you much. I don't watch any of the puppets, so I don't hear anything firsthand. You guys will know more about the theatre of it than I do. But as long as you make your own decisions and informed decisions on what to do, what can I say? We say there's an awakening, and I'm sick and tired of hearing folks talk about this awakening, to be honest, because I can't fucking see it. The only place I see an awakening is on Tinternet. And on this Tinternet, what we have is a few genuine souls, a shitload of fake ass accounts run by shills and government agents. We have algorithms. We have fake news being thrown at us to perpetuate, while when we try and talk about the real stuff it's classed as fake news. But most of what we perpetuate is bollocks anyway, just made to make us look like liars and fools. So yeah, what we got? An internet of things. This is our awakening. So where are the genuine folks that are waking up? And you say, oh, they're protesting in London. They're not a fucking wake. They're protesting. That's like, I bow down to your authority and I want you to change your opinion. That's not what fucking protesting is. Please, sir, can I have a license so I can come and protest, please? And I've done a risk assessment, and this is... And you fools take that shit in? That's protesting, is it? Sorry, folks, if you know out about protesting, and I wouldn't say the French is either, because I don't fucking know. I don't know. Nobody from France has actually said to me, this is really going on. I'm only seeing shit on telly. Nah, I don't know between movie scenes and between genuine trouble that's kicked off elsewhere and footage that's never been seen before. Anything can be stitched together, so I'm not calling it a lie. I genuinely don't know. I don't follow it all the bullshit, and I don't trust half of the shit that comes on, 90% of the shit that comes on the truth movement. All these videos of watching police push old ladies over and bollocks, it always turns out that the old lady's fucking a member of the Actors Guild, isn't she? Always. All the Kate Shimranis and the new ones that are coming out, I don't know this latest one's name, but the new one that's just discovered empty hospitals. Well, fuck me, when I had my fucking heart attack last year, beginning of last year, I was walking around the fucking hospital filming then. Nobody gives a fuck then, do they? But all of a sudden, there's this woman that comes out and she's discovered it. After 1,000 people before her have videoed fucking hospitals all around the world, now you get this one woman who, bump, she's viral. She's fucking viral because she's discovered empty hospitals. And then she gets arrested for it, eh? Bit strange, innit? Why didn't I get arrested for it? Why didn't any fucker else getting arrested for it? So folks, you'll fall for any old shit. And what can I say? I know loads of you, but she's genuine, and in all honesty, I couldn't give a fuck, because even if she was genuine, what's she telling you? The hospitals are empty. Didn't you know that? We knew that. Why is it news when some fucker does it and gets pushed around the internet? And you've got to start wondering, why is she getting forced to my feed? Why is everybody getting this pushed on them? When everything else would be redacted, everything else has took off the internet, ain't it? But when they want them, they're going to build them up like a Kate Shimrani and then crash them down again. So you've got another one, yay! And then the next one comes up. Plastic nurse in a toxic world. I don't know. It's a fucking strange one. Our folks will fall for anything, and it does seem to be literally anything at all that the algorithms wish you to fall for. You've got a few folks out there telling you good truths at the minute, and I will actually give Robert on Observation Deck a shout out, because I mentioned quite a while ago I was keeping my eye on that channel and what he was up to, because the reason why I was keeping my eye on him is because he was getting me interested. He was telling me things that yes, I know of, but other folks don't, and other folks don't talk about, and certainly not in great detail. And he started going into it in great detail, and there you go. You've got some good truths coming out there from him, but you've still got 90% of an internet full of shit, and 99% full of internet users following the shit and shouting. I mean, fuck me. I even heard somebody yesterday, read, they're still counting on Trump. They still think the Trump distraction is genuine and wagga 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 or whatever that fucker is. Really? Are you still trusting the plan? The world is wonky, but you folks get wonkier. If it ain't come blatant by now, I mean, fucking hell, he puts a mask on, you make excuses for why he's had to wear a mask. And then he's got coronavirus. You know coronavirus is fake, but then you're fucking talking about the fella's had coronavirus. And then when it's pointed out it's fake, oh no, he just did that because he was getting out of the way because they was going to kill him. They think they'd have fucking killed him by now. I'm not saying they won't do, because that might be the agenda, that they kill off that character. Who knows? Who knows where or how it ends in this wonky world? It does twist and turn, don't it? But but the reality is, if you can't spot the theatre, even at a glance, if you can't spot this fucking shit theatre, because it is shit theatre, so blatantly obvious, but if you can't spot it at a glance, and then people start pointing it out to you, and you still can't see it, and then you watch all the bullshit unfolding, and people are laughing at you then, and you still can't see it, it's back to that. I have to go deeper than most folks will get, but 144,000, that's all I'll say. 144,000. Anybody that knows me knows exactly what I'm saying there, and I can't say it anymore. Hang on, let me get rid of this bloody lorry. No rights in the country, bloody lanes. Anyway, so yeah, what we got going on in the world, and why folks can't change the perception when shown evidence, and not just evidence, when overwhelming slam after slam after slam comes to tell you you're full of shit and what you're following is full of shit. Why don't that sort of folk get it? I believe I know. Few folks have other theories, but one thing's for sure, they're the 99%. They're running around out here, and I'm sure they're the ones in the masks, even though they'll be on here saying I won't wear one of them, and then you see them and they go, but or they wear an exemption card around their neck, which is as good as wearing a fucking mask. I bow down to your authority, but luckily I've been given permission not to catch it. I mean, what's the mentality behind those? You put a fucking thing round your neck, and I'm presuming at the point you put that round your neck, you know damn well there's no fucking virus, because otherwise you'd be putting a mask on, wouldn't you, really? Because you're bowing down to your bullshit. So what you're saying is, I know it's all shit, I'm not going to wear the mask, but I'm going to bow down to their authority still and show that I'm exempt. I'm exempt. Does exempt mean exempt from catching a virus? I've never been quite clear on this one. Exempt from what exactly? Because if it's exempt from wearing a mask, aren't you in fear of catching a virus and dying? Or spreading it? If you can't wear a mask and you really believe there's a virus, shouldn't you be staying in and not go, oh, you're there, aren't you? But shouldn't that have been the plan all along? Oh, I can't wear a mask, so I can't go out where I might catch a deadly virus and drop down dead. What's going on with the world? Where folks know it's bullshit, but still have to go along with it. This is the awakening that folks are talking about. The awakening, right? Folks really believe there's an awakening because more and more profiles on Facebook are telling them that there's an awakening. But when you walk out, and I'll say it again, I've said it 1,000 times before, and I say it to literally everybody, whoever tells me there's some sort of fucking awakening going on, get your arses into any supermarket and the bare faces show you the awakening. The bare fucking faces. Them masked ones, are they part of your awakening? Because when I go out anywhere, I'm seeing it's getting worse, not better. More folks, and it was literally everybody in the first place, but now that literally everybody is starting to creep into the real world outside them supermarkets now, walking down the streets, more and more are wearing masks as they're going down the streets. Cyclist just rode past me, it's too late to catch him, had a fucking mask on his face while he's riding a bike. We're in the middle of nowhere, so he's been doing it for miles. This is healthy. This is the fucking brain dead public that's been created. This is your awakening. This is your fucking awakening. All those shouting about this fucking awakening, this is it. Get your fucking arse into the real world and open them fuckers. That's going to show you what the awakening is, because there's no fucking awakening whatsoever. Anybody thinks that they're fucking woke are either protesting, falling for the bullshit down there, jumping up and down thinking that Boris Johnson's the man that's fucking destroying the world, or no, just this country, or the rest of the world's just a coincidence in it that it's happening at the same time. But let's focus on Boris Johnson and fucking Twat Hancock and the rest of the idiots down there. So we'll go and protest on them fuckers, and then you've got the other fucking idiots hanging on fucking Trump's still going to save the world, and then the rest of them, I suppose, it's all about this awakening's going to do it for you. Everybody's going to wake up one day and just say no. See any fucker saying no other than the internet? Do you really? Do you really? I don't. I've got some friends that I do know for a fact don't wear the mask. They're not saying no to that. They're doing the right things. But all this fucking internet thing, where you've got all these hundreds of thousands of folks all screaming and shouting that they know what's going on and they're not complying and fucked. Where are they in the supermarkets? I presume you're still going to supermarkets. I presume you're still going to buy some shit, food. I don't see anybody, and I would go as far as to say ever now not wearing a mask in a shop. I am the only fucking one ever. Now I know this, some of you are going to go, why fucking don't you, cunt? And I'm absolutely sure you're not lying. I'm sure there are you out there that don't. But my point I'm making is we are so few and far between. We're negligible. This is not an awakening. Folks aren't waking up. They're still quoting a fucking virus. They still think now, even though it's changed into a totally different virus, that the jab that they created for that one's going to fix them for this one. You've got a world of internet telling you it's fake and you're going to die if you take your fucking jab. Everybody's still lining up for the jab, and everybody's preparing their excuses now, and I'm hearing it even from friends that are like, well, I'm going to end up in a position where I ain't got a choice. I'll refuse for as long as I can. Well, what's the point in that? So let me say this, right? You're going to get hardship create a bit of hardship, and ultimately give in. I'm sorry, even my mates saying that. People are stupid. I've got to say it, people are stupid. I'm going to create a load of shit for myself, and then I'm going to comply. What are you going to put up with that shit for? If you're just going to fucking comply anyway, you might as well stick your fucking arm out. If you really believe that they're going to kill you with a jab, and you're going to stick your arm out because of your job. I'm going to die for my job. How much does your job pay you? What's the pension it's leaving your missus? I mean, fair enough, if it's leaving your missus 20 million or something. There's a few people that contemplate, yeah, fucking end this shit. It's a load of bollocks anyway, innit? But a few £100 a week. Let's tax to shit. Oh, fuck me. You're beyond. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You're all fucked. Anybody who's going to give in anyway in the end, you may as well just go and get your fucking jab right at the start and fucking be an happy sheep. Because you're not fucking doing anything at all if you're going to fucking act like you're standing up to it and then bow down later. You're making a fool of yourself. You're going to have all your friends that fucking fell out with you along the way are still going to fell out with you, even though then you go, oh, I've had mine now, so I can be your friend again now. People are stupid. Kids, everybody's fighting to keep the kids into the indoctrination centres, knowing damn well that they're going to get jabbed in there, and then they're going to whine about it on Facebook, but the kid's still going to have been jabbed. If that's what you want, that's what you do. If that isn't what you want, that's what you do. Is it? So, back to what I said. Anybody that knows me, 144,000. Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave it there, and you can all crack on, do what you want. What can I say? I'm hearing non-compliance, I'm seeing total compliance. Or virtual total compliance. Maybe give a little just to show this mate here that I'm not, but then over there I'm doing this, and I'm just doing this because, and I'm just. What's all these justs about? It's just a fucking excuse. You're complying. You ain't got the balls to stand up to it, maybe. Maybe that's the thing. Afraid of what? I'm not sure about this fine thing, because I've never even been offered one. And I haven't, I think everybody knows I haven't complied one fucking bit right from the start. And I walk around and I go into places, and I must admit, one place while I was away did actually say to me, I walked in, have you got a mask on? No. You can't come in here without a mask. I was, I'll take my money elsewhere. See you later. Don't need to educate that idiot. You can't educate that idiot. So I took money elsewhere. Not rocket science, is it? Everybody's fighting to keep their local shop. Go to a different fucking shop. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I did lose my local shop over a 15 people in the store rule. I just walked in, they refused to. Well, they didn't actually refuse me service. It was quite bizarre, but as I ended up walking out, then they said they weren't going to take my money after I'd done all my shopping. Well, fucking there's £6 worth of stuff. Here you go, it's a tenner buy. So I walked out. They was overpaid. I walked out and I got my stuff. Won't go back to that shop again because I won't fucking give my money to folks that are doing that shit. It is what it is. I've walked past loads of queues outside shops, and I know folks think it's ignorant. Nobody's ever said boo to me, or they just go excuse me and I just carry on. I'm not engaging it. I'm not getting into the nonsense. If I want to go into a shop, I'll go into a shop. If you're not serving, close the fucking shop. Don't tell me if I walk in there and I'm the 16th in there, people are suddenly going to catch some fucking fake virus. Proof of claim. I require proof of claim. Anybody who wants the customers to stand outside don't deserve customers. Go elsewhere. Go somewhere where you don't have to stand outside. Unless, of course, you're happy complying. And that's back to that thing before. But I don't want to upset people, and yeah, so you'll just give up all your rights because you didn't want to upset them, and give up my rights and everybody else's fucking rights because you didn't want to upset them. Yeah, don't worry about upsetting me. And this actually is fuck all to do with this, but just a little interesting snippet that I notice all the time, and it pisses me right off. you're in the motor, you're driving along, and there's loads of folks that are really, really friendly, and they let folks out. Oh, go on, you go first, I'll let you out, and that's really nice. I do it occasionally. Well, occasionally. I do it quite a lot. But I always consider what's behind me. I look in the mirror and what's behind me, so I'll let one out and then I go. And if everybody did that, it's like a zip, isn't it? And it goes quicker. But if you stand there letting a whole stream of folks out and then a row of ducklings crossing the road with their mother in front of them, and then you wait for another car, and you've got 4 behind you, you know, it's like you're doing somebody a favour in front and you're fucking 4 over behind. So, hey, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just one of my fucking niggles. Nothing to do with this, and quite a bounce from the subject we're on. But I do like bouncing, so why not? I think the ignorance on the road is weird because people pay it forward but not backwards. They won't ever consider behind. And I see people just stop in the middle of the road to let somebody cross over the road, but you're on a dual fucking carriageway. I saw it the other week. And now you've got cars slamming the brakes on a dual carriageway because you've stopped to let somebody cross over the road on a dual carriageway. Some strange things go on. I don't get what goes on in the world. Human nature. 144,000. But anyway, that's what I've got for you today, folks. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a bit of a boing boing at the end. So what can I say? My advice for the day, life advice, I'll be your life coach for today. Breathe free, speak free, think free, and fuck up. Have a good one all, love ya, bye.